Okay, so we're back on the rink here, and I changed out the YOW wheels. These are a little bit harder. I think the YOWs come with a 66A, and so these are a 68A. So tiny bit harder, and the shape is a little bit different. They're narrower wheels, so they should be a little quicker. And I kind of greased up the bushings with a little bit of silicone because this Meraki truck system's a bit squeaky. As I mentioned in previous videos, the system is unique and it works well, but I think the materials are subpar. But anyway, I'm gonna try this out with the new Slime Ball 68A wheels that I got, and see if the board is a different board or if it performed similarly to the wheels that were coned out that came on the stock complete, which were pretty much junk and lasted about 1 month. So let's give this a test. So right here you can see the front wheels lose traction and slide out.
I lay my head onto the sand. The sky resembles a backlit canopy with holes punched in it. I'm counting UFOs. I'll signal them with my ladder. And in this moment I am happy.
Again, you're going to see with the narrower, harder wheels I lose traction at the front. So that was one test run, and I'll throw it into the edit, but you could see with the harder wheel and the narrower wheel that when I would go into a front side slide, my front wheels would lose traction and I would slide out. So I had to kind of adjust for that. I also think that this Meraki truck is a little bit looser with regard to its turning circumference, so maybe that's why they had a 66A on here stock, to have a little bit more grip up front to compensate for that extra circumference that other surf skates don't have. That could be a possibility. And also, the narrower you go with the wheel, the less grip it's going to have too. So you kind of want to stick with wider wheels, I'm starting to see here, just so that you have a little bit more wheel on the ground if you're going to go harder. That's my assessment after just a couple of test runs here. I'm going to do another one right now.
Your mind is like a
that concludes my test for the slime ball wheels on a YOW custom Ghost model. The other thing I wanted to mention that I just thought of was the wheelbase. So it seems that I prefer a tighter wheelbase. This YOW is a little over 19 inches in the wheelbase, and the carver I'm running is around 17, and I think my custom that I put together is around the same at about 17 inches apart for the wheelbase. So I think that plays a big role as well, you know, like if you're really training to be on a longboard surfboard, maybe you want to have a little bit more swing up front and a less tight of a turning radius, because I keep getting bogged down on this YOW with that extra 2-inch wheelbase. It's bogging me down a bit for the turns, and so you're just kind of slow and clunky in the turns, which I don't really like. It's kind of more like a longboard, which is fine if that's what you're training for, but it kind of really impedes my flow, I think. You know, I thought it was just a wheel thing, but I think there's multiple things at play here between wheelbase, wheel hardness, wheel width, and the truck circumference. I think that's things that you have to take into consideration when you're really trying to fine-tune SurfSkate and figure out what's going to be optimal for you. Just so you guys can get an idea, the YOW has the blue wheels, and you can see it's a bit wider. That's 19, and this is about 17. Give or take an inch on both sides. And I think my carver, my standard stock carver that I got, the Almeric, was a 17-inch wheelbase. So anyway, here's one more look. Carver C7 and the YOW Meraki. Anyway, I hope that's helpful. Aloha.